the laughs, to be honest. That's the only reason I watch the channel, for it. It's funny. Degenerocity, talking about conspiracy theories. Do y'all believe in any conspiracy theories? Like, is there anything that you like believe in the possibility of it being real, like flat Earth or aliens? You know, creating the pyramids or anything. Like, I feel like the aliens could have. I don't, you know, believe that. Like, I feel like aliens in general are not a conspiracy theory. I think, like, aliens in general, life outside of humanity on Earth, that's not a conspiracy. That's like, that just would make sense. I personally believe that there are alien life. Now, do I think that they're green and they have black eyes and like really stretchy limbs? No, but they might. I don't know. But either way, I don't think that like the like little bad people in UFOs trying to blow up the Earth or something. They might. I don't know. But other than that, like, I don't believe in flat Earth, or I'm not an anti-vaxxer or anything like that. Yeah, like, it would be so weird if the 8 billion humans on Earth right now and whoever else has been here and whoever else will be here on Earth is the only life in the entire universe. That would make no sense. Like, that would be so weird. There has to be life somewhere else. They found another Earth-like planet not too far from here. And by not too far, I mean, like, probably only a billion miles away. Or wherever it's at. I don't know. But, you know. Either way. So I guess we'll see. Let's see.
What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. I don't like them putting chemicals in the...
Oh my god. Yo, this dude right here is so funny, bro. I can't think of his name right here, but he's so funny. Because he, like, really believes this stuff. He does.
Water that turned the friggin' frogs gay.
When I was a young boy, I took an interest in a lot of things, like riding bikes, being healthy, getting girls, all these things. I was terrible at it, so I had to suffice with something. That's right, my brain. If I couldn't succeed in any of those things, I at least had to look and sound smart, which also went terribly, but I at least knew facts that most people
Mega not. Thank you for the follow, bro.
Didn't know. For example, did you know that in Malaysia it's illegal to name your child after a fruit or a color or an animal or demon? Isn't that wild?
I ain't gonna lie though, there's a lot of naming laws across countries. That's something I've heard of. I don't know any specifics to any specific country for real, because like I can't think of them, but like it's illegal to name your kid a few, like you can't name your kid, I know in like England you can't name your kid, like your baby girl, Queen. Or I think you can't even name her like anything that has to do with the monarchy, like relatively close even. Like Prince, like legally, like their first name, like you can't name your kid Prince anything or King anything, which makes sense. I think that makes perfect sense. Like naming after like fruits, like why would you name your kid pomegranate anyways? But even like that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Can name him Jesus somewhere? I would think in Israel, probably. That would make sense, I guess, you know? But then that kind of writes off, you know, Hispanic countries, Jesus, you know? Because, like, it's a different thing, sort of, right?
You don't care? But I did used to watch a ton of fact videos,
bro,
such as after a fruit, or so a color, or an animal, or a demon. Isn't that wild? You don't care?
But I don't remember where I saw this, bro. But I cannot get the pause right. I can't get the pause right, whatever. But the video of SpongeBob or Squidward crying like that, so funny. I don't know why, but it makes me like wheeze every time I see it.
I used to watch a ton of fact videos, such as All Time 10s, The Today Show. I had many sources for my facts. And since this pool of useless history facts had...
Oh my god, these clips are great. Nah, for real. I love that video, bro.
It entered my brain. I started to raise questions. What if elections are rigged? What if we are living in a simulation? What if my dad...
The simulation, I believe in the possibility of that. I don't think it's very probable at all. But there are some NPC type people. We've been over this before here. We have. I believe in the possibility of anything. Anything, genuinely anything is possible. But not everything is that probable when you really think about it. Like the simulation thing. Like, that's not very probable at all. Like, I'd say at this point, there's like a 0.5% chance that we're living in a simulation. Which, at that point, would be kind of cool, because they made it very believable, you know? But, like, I don't think that that's probable at all.
pulled out and I'm actually adopted. They're all conspiracy theories. And as a young boy, I was eating these conspiracy videos up like it was a large number 9 order. I feel
like that's how it should be. I feel like only kids should be, you know, falling for this stuff or questioning this stuff like that. It's weird to me that there's like grown people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, like, have lived some of their lives and like are doing things and are so like, you know, believing in this stuff. It's weird.
Enthralled of conspiracy theory content back then. It had me thinking everything I knew was not true, and everything that was not true was true. Now, if you're confused and don't know what a conspiracy...
If you ever watch Shane Dawson, some of that stuff will have you thinking for a minute. It'll be like, hold on, this might be true. But then you really think about it, and it's like, nah.
Theory is... Google it. Plus, you most likely gonna figure it out the more I talk. All you need to know is that my mind was blown to hear that all major events that happened in our history and that you see on the news was all smoke and mirrors, guys. It was all fake. I couldn't believe it. I could barely process it. I was in shock. These theories told me that everything has an ulterior motive to tricking us to think a certain way. Like those trails in the sky by airplanes, there's mind control juice in it. So every time you breathe, Biden is telling you to breathe. Government mind control. Or global warming, well, it's made by the media to boost.
So play this game called Roy, where you live your whole life out, like, for 5 minutes. That reminds me of the Black Mirror episode Playtest, where he was playing a game that's like supposed to be scary or whatever, and then like the game ends or whatever. It literally was like 0.4 seconds in real life, but it was the whole episode in the show. It's crazy. And honestly, he should have just called his mom. He should have called his mom, bro. Or should have answered the phone, because she was calling him like the whole time. He should just answer the phone, bro.
Air conditioning sales. Duh. They also could be subliminal messages, like that Lion King scene where all the dust is in the air and then it says SEX in the sky, trying to secretly tell kids to do the
These are the funniest ones to me, like the subliminal messaging, especially in like kids' cartoons. Like, bro, it's never that deep. And even if it is, why do you care, bro? Like, come on, man.
Holy nasty. Well, not like we needed it back then, because when Nyla was on screen, we was already thinking it. Was that just me?
Who is we? Who is we? Do know. You speak French now, bro? Who is we? I was not doing that. I am proud to say I never found none of them cartoon animals attractive, except for that one fish off of fish hooks. Because, like, she was kind of bad. I ain't gonna lie. But other than that, like, the real animal looking ones, like, no, bro. I know furry, man.
In control, orchestrated events, secret messages.
You guilty, bro. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm not judging. I'm just saying that was not me. We is not me. I was not one of them. I'm sorry. If you one of them, okay. But I'm not one of them.
Aliens all are part of a huge conspiracy. And little old me's main source of getting this Harvard University conspiracy level of knowledge was from Shane Dawson. Now we all
saw it coming.
Oh no, Shane Dawson. He's my favorite African American YouTuber. And he used to make a lot of conspiracy content that I used to love when I was younger. I used to love these kind of videos back then.
I used to watch some of them. They were pretty good, especially like the Chuck E. Cheese pizza one. Like, that was pretty interesting, and that was pretty valid. But even still, Chuck E. Cheese overall is just not it. Like, that's not it, bro. But they found, I think in China, they found like an animatronic Chuck E. Cheese thing, like, in a landfill. And it just looks so weird. Like, I don't like it.
Not so much me now because, well, Shane is Shane. And as a grown man, I now realize how stupid these theories are. That's right. I think a majority of conspiracy theories are a bunch of balagna said by boo-boo the fools or crazy people. Or that's what the government wants me to think. It's all.
He ain't lying though. Most of them are just so dumb. And I even saw this video yesterday where this dude proved that the Earth is not flat. He did an experiment and was like, if you can see the light from 17 feet away and whatever, or 17 feet high, then the Earth is flat. But if you see it from 26 feet high, then the Earth is round. And he couldn't see it at 17. Bro lifted the light. He could see it at 26 and was like, he basically accidentally proved that the Earth is round, trying to prove that it was flat. Like, I love it because it's so dumb. It's so dumb and it's hilarious. It's Jake Paul's like, I didn't watch that one, but I remember everyone talking about that one. But I was a diehard Jake Paul fan, and I wasn't trying to hear it, so I didn't even watch it. I ain't gonna lie, I was watching him every day. I was one of them. But what are you gonna do, bro? I was in middle school. That's what middle schoolers are supposed to do, bro. It's weird now that like middle schoolers are like smoking weed and like vaping nicotine and having babies. Like that's weird to me. But you know,
already in motion. It's like nah. The reason
I'm
why
not saying like now because that's not a new concept. They've been doing that for a long time. But it's every day, bro, with that Disney Channel flow. Yeah, bro. Come on, man. That was hard. I ain't gonna lie. When we were like 13, bro, that was hard. You can't lie. You cannot lie. That was hard.
most of these conspiracy
For YouTube rap, because we knew YouTube rap was trash. But for a YouTube rap song, his verse alone was pretty good. All the other verses, I can't say they were that good. But that was a pretty hard verse. Because it was comical. You know, he's a way better rapper now, even though he doesn't put out music like that anymore. At least right now, in this very moment, he hasn't put out anything in a minute. But he's better now. Objectively, he's gotten pretty good at rapping. Decently. He couldn't make Double XL at all. He's not on DDG level, but he's pretty good.
theories fall flat on their faces is because most of them fall under assumptions with no types of facts supporting it. Like most government mind control theories, I just automatically dismiss as dumb. I know MK Ultra was a thing and biased news outlets exist because,
for sure.
well, that's not a theory, but I'm not really talking about those. I'm talking about the theories such as toothpaste fluoride is taking over our head with mind control, which no. I mean, I would have believed it more if it was brown Listerine that was doing it based on how strong it is, but toothpaste? I don't think so. Or how there's a new world government taking over the world. The Illuminati's in control of us, and celebrities are in on it too. They're in the Illuminati taking over the world. And to that theory, I also have to say, no, you're bubble. How's the world under...
I don't get how people really believe that. Or like, even one of my favorite ones that's so just like not it. It's Satanic Panic, bro. And you can perfectly see examples of that in Stranger Things, the new Stranger Things season. Like they honestly portrayed that very well and very accurately. Because there was a time, especially in the 80s, when, you know, metal music and all that was really popping off in the mainstream, where everyone thought that these bands and all this stuff was really demonic, bro. And like Satan worshiping and all that stuff. It's like, bro, there were a few people that were on that. There were. The Church of Satan was what? 40 years old at that point? You know? Or no, it was 20 years old at that point. Because it was 20 years old at that point. You know, there were some people that were on that, but it wasn't like a whole thing where people were trying to convince kids that Satan is good and blah, whatever else they were trying to say. Like, it's so weird. And it's crazy to me that people still believe that. I still believe that rappers are selling their souls to get record deals and stuff like that and to be good and all that. Like, it's so weird. Because there's obviously people that use that as symbolism. Like Kendrick Lamar has used that as symbolism. But like, come on now, man. Come on, man.
The one secret government, if we are willing to go to war with each other over ASAP Rocky. This world is not united enough to be run under one government, let alone the Illuminati. Like, really? You think there's a secret society controlling the world and there's celebrities that are in on it? That's just stupid. Mainly because these are some of the celebrities that are suspected to be in the Illuminati. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Madonna.
The Rock, throwing The Rock up is the Illuminati. When I first heard that, I was like, oh my God, bruh. I don't really care if you cry. Bruh, that song is hard. I don't care. Uzi, whatever Uzi said, I wasn't at the show, so I don't care. And yeah, I listened to the song, but that wasn't really by choice. Actually it was. It's one of my earliest songs liked on Spotify. But like, even still, I don't accept that. I don't, whatever, you know, so feel how you want. But I feel you though. But yeah, nah.
To be in the Illuminati.
Kind of crazy.
Beyonce, Jay-Z, Madonna, Lim Lardashian, Kanye West.
Lim Lardashian, for real. I can't stand her.
Lindsay Lohan, LeBron, and Rihanna. They are all suspected to be controlling the planet. This is stupid because, well, first of all, most of them are black, and if the Illuminati really existed, you think black people would be in it? No, they wouldn't.
It's just gonna be old racist white guys in that.
But yeah, the Illuminati, the New World Order, I don't believe in any of that. But it's not like I don't think the government is perfect and holding no secrets.
They definitely have things that they don't tell us. but it's not to the point where it's like mind control or something like that's actually insane. That's actually insane. But like, yeah, of course there's things that they don't tell us. Like there was something else that came out in like the last year or whatever that's like unclassified or whatever, and it's like it really wasn't a big deal anyways, but it's like, oh, they didn't tell us this. Okay.
I actually thought that I would be a bot. In fact, I don't trust the government, and I don't even like them really. Like, taxes exist. That's already enough of a reason to hate them. And I'm not even gonna give the lizard people theory the light of day, because that's 100% real. It's true. You've seen Mark Zuckerberg? Nigga is secretly the Geico lizard. I know. Speaking of lizards, time travel. Time travel theories or dimension hopping theories always piqued my interest.
Oh, those are cool. I ain't gonna lie. Some of those are pretty cool, but I feel like it's just people with overactive imaginations. But if it is true, they probably the most valid ones. Like when it comes to like cool factor, they're the most valid ones.
Because when hearing about them, I always thought there was a slither of a chance that maybe I could go back in time and fix my mistakes. Some of these I actually find interesting, like the butterfly.
If I had the chance to time travel, I'm not going to the past. I'm going to the future. I ain't gonna lie. I'm going to the future and I'm stealing some technology and I'm bringing it back so we can get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that's what it was. Like they had like files from like the 40s or 50s or whatever, like confirming that UFOs were like here and like they found them or worked on them. Or like, okay, and
where if you were to time travel, any small thing that is in the past could have a big effect in the future. Like if you were just to kick a rock in a different direction in the past, after time traveling, you just changed the future into one where you actually get hoes. Or the ones where there's real old time photos and footage of people being suspected time travelers. Example, is this woman in the 1920s on a cell phone? Or is she just crazy? Or this photo too. If you've been studying this subject for as long as I have, you've seen this picture before. It's a 1940s picture with everybody dressed normally for the time, and then there's this guy who looks like he's dressed from the 80s. Now, I don't think this picture is a conspiracy as people think, because this man is not a time traveler. He's just ahead of his time. This man...
Nah, for real, bro, because if you think about it, the 20s, that's when hoodies were invented. It was either the 20s or 30s, something like that. But it was like factory workers that were in like the colder areas, they made hoodies so that they could work and be comfortable and warm at the same time. And t-shirts are nothing new, but you know.
His fit is so far ahead of everybody else's that he looks like a time traveler. This man in this photo grew up to be Calvin Klein, but you heard it from me first. But I like the time traveling theories. The dimension hopping ones are a lot more weird and complicated. And the most popular of these theories is the Mandela effect. And this one is one of the stupidest theories I've ever heard. The Mandela effect is one of the worst theories out there. And
it's not a bad theory, the Mandela effect. I think it's just weird the way some people go about explaining it. Because we all thought that Curious George had a tail when he didn't. Or he might have in like a picture that just blew up, but it wasn't actually in the show. Or it was in the old book and not the new one. You know what I mean? But like some people will be like, this happened or whatever, which is like government mind control and chemtrails and vaccines and all this stuff. It's like, bro.
If you don't know what it is, it's basically saying different realities are merging with ours, and that's why we are remembering things differently. Like Curious George actually never had a tail, Monopoly Man never had a monocle, etc. That means the stuff we remembered but actually aren't real are from alternate realities. Now, here's why this is horseshit. How does this equal alternate realities? Do you think the Bernstein Bears carry such a weight to existence that it changes reality as we know it? No, y'all just dumb. You're just misremembering stuff. I never remembered once a day in my life where Pikachu had a black end to his tail. Man,
and I do. I feel like, but I wasn't a fan of Pokemon like that, so how would I know for sure? But I like this looks right to me. I think, but it's not. But again, I wasn't a fan of Pokemon, so how would I know that for real?
Just fake Pokemon fans. And most of the examples for Mandela effect are just us misspelling words. We just assume certain words are spelled how we normally spell them in brands we buy. Like double stuffed Oreos is just one F. Cocoa Puffs is spelled with an A. Skechers doesn't have a T in it. Like we just assume these words are spelled normally, or at least how they sound. We only thought Looney Tunes was spelled with O's because the word cartoon is spelled like that. This is not no alternate reality. reality nonsense. And the people who actually...
Even so, though, I do believe in the possibility of alternate realities. That would be cool. Like, I like to think there's an alternate reality, at least where someone is doing something that they are not doing in this one. Like, that would be pretty cool. Is it very probable? No, it's not. Even if it is, there's no way science is anywhere near close to explaining that or even confirming that. We're not that smart as humans. We're literally not. We're not Doctor Strange, bro. That would be cool, though. But, you know.
You believe it is?
Like, for it to have an effect on what we're doing is actually stupid.
Crazy people that I see at my local gas station. I just hate the Mandela effect theory so much. Speaking of stuff that I don't like, 9/11 predictions.
Oh man, these 9/11 ones are insane. What were we watching when they were talking about the Building 7 one? I don't even remember. It was Hive Mind.
According to these theorists, everything that is pre-September 11th in media is a prediction to the attack. Like, everybody in Hollywood is just in on it. Johnny Bravo predicted it. Die Hard predicted it. The Cookie Monster predicted it. There are several ads, cartoons, movies prior to the attacks that had quote-unquote predicted it. Even though a sane person would know that all these...
Nah, that would be kind of crazy. If someone's doing the exact same thing in every universe, that would be kind of wild. That would be kind of hard, though, because it's like, man, you really 10 toes, bro.
But just coincidences, and most of these predictions are just such a reach. Like,
a lot of them be reaches, bro, to be honest. Like, this is a crazy reach. The SpongeBob one is an insane reach. I feel like the only ones that would be kind of believable are Simpsons, and that's only because of the way that some of them have genuinely been, like, so accurate. But even still, life imitates art to the point where people probably subconsciously do act out Simpson scenes without even realizing it, and then people notice and are like, whoa, they predicted this, when it's really like, nah, this just happened like this by chance or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's mostly reaches.
Terminator 2 9/11 prediction that I found on this website that just says, well, this is it, the height limit for trucks. Did the Terminator actually know what the future had in store for us? The film did give us a warning of wrath and impending doom. Is this nigga serious? Like, yeah, the height limit to the crossing ain't no coincidence. That was put there by Al-Qaeda and ISIS themselves. Even the Simpsons predicted it, but they also predicted everything, like literally everything. Do I think the Simpsons staff team are time travelers? No. Do I think they're terrorists? Maybe. Speaking of false celebrity death conspiracies. God, I love these because
Tupac is in Cuba. Come on.
None of them make any sense. These conspiracies are basically that certain celebrities aren't really dead and that they faked it because, I don't know, they wanted to avoid taxes or something. And I can slightly understand how all these conspiracy theories came to be. You know, Jesus Christ, a very famous person from back in his day, was publicly executed, then came back out of nowhere 3 days later, good as new. I can see why people of today have these theories about these celebrities faking their death. Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Bruce Lee, all...
Did he say Michael Jackson with Miranda Cosgrove? You gotta be kidding me.
Are still alive. That's why you see so many sightings of them popping up. Like, is that really Elvis? Tupac didn't really get shot neither. No, he's in Cuba. I saw him playing Fortnite last week. And Biggie Smalls, he's not dead neither. I saw him at the McDonald's drive-thru last Tuesday. This theory also suggests that all these celebrities are living in a private island with each other. Now, that might sound fun, but I know this theory is just malarkey.
And we know what happens with celebrities on private islands. We know. What did he say? Every time, you know how many children go missing every year? Millions of children go missing every year. And it's like, the more and more kids go missing, the more chickens. What did he say, bro? Hold on, because I gotta see this. This was the funniest thing I had. This is when I realized that. So, because I wasn't a fan of So Like That. I really wasn't. I had seen some of his videos, but I wasn't the biggest fan of him. When I saw this, I was like, yeah, he's gone off the deep end, bro. Like, this is the funniest thing I have ever seen, bro.
Spiritual soul in the building. Gazer. Nature soul.
Nature soul.
To no man or female. Around that time, but like I fucking said, this channel was for anybody that, because it's too hard. They run, these people that run the Matrix, they run the media.
I need the timestamp, bro.
They decide what they want to promote. Normally it'd be fake shooties or some shit that keep you at a low vibration. They promote the fuck out of it. The whole world know about it.
Either way, bro. But you seen the video. It's a classic, bro. It's so funny.
I know conspiracy theories be stupid a lot of the time, but it doesn't mean I throw all of them under the boat. It's like I said earlier, I don't really trust the government. I watch Jake Tron, okay? I know the government are liars. There are many conspiracies that got me thinking deep. Like the 1999 civil trial of Martin Luther King's assassination, where the US government was found guilty of conspiring his death. Why isn't this talked about more? Or, I know this sounds a little goofy, but that Sonic the Hedgehog meme where he talks about the many inconsistencies of the Las Vegas shooting, man, I feel like the FBI is gonna bust down my door every time I see that meme. I do mess with and somewhat believe a good amount of conspiracy theories to an extent. It's just that I
think some of them are understandable in a way to where you can understand why some people take them so seriously. And like I said, there's a possibility of anything. There's a possibility that all of those ads really did predict 9/11. Is that probable? Absolutely not. Absolutely, because if that's the case, it could have been prevented. You know what I mean? So I really feel like that's what it is. Like, a lot of it isn't that believable for real. It's understandable, but not probable at all. And that's why we are aware that they're dumb. But there's some people that just can't process it like that deep. But again, you know, it's not their fault.
Popular ones are stuff like Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing. There's a lot of them that I do find interesting, but to be honest, most of the ones that I do find interesting, I can't really think of any jokes about them, so I'ma just end it. I talked about most of the ones I wanted to talk about, so I feel accomplished. And I also did my research for this vid. Like, I watched half of that 10-hour conspiracy iceberg vid, but most of the theories were very sciencey, and I can't read. And I was also gonna make a whole section of the video talking about fan theories from TV shows and movies and how dumb they are, but that could be a video on its own. If I did that, this video...
Fan theories and conspiracy theories are a little bit different. Some of them can go hand in hand, but for the most part, they're not. Like, they're very different.
Would have taken a million years to make. But yeah, conspiracy theories are out there. Mostly dumb ones, but they're still out there. So stay woke. Cheers to us and Shane Dawson for making this video possible. And in conclusion, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his way.
Yo, I can't, bruh. W video, man. That's pretty funny. Ike. Like I said, bro, there's a few that could be valid, but for the most part, they're just dumb. And you can always like find an actual factual reason as to why they're stupid. For the most part, probably. But again, I'm not that into them, so I really can't get into it like that. I don't know.